Guys, welcome back to another video. It's your boy Monix, and I said I was gonna make this video a lot earlier than anticipated, but I guess the universe has other plans for me, I guess. But today we're gonna be talking about more Impulse, and the cinematic trailer has just released, so it's not gameplay footage, but it's at least like a almost an exact you know, replication of what's gonna be in the gameplay. So hopefully that's the case, which I believe so. So yep. Anyways, if you want to see more videos like these, leave a like and subscribe if you're new to the channel. And yeah, here we go. So now today, we're just gonna be talking about the cinematic trailer, nothing else. I'm gonna talk about a little disclaimer right quick, and that's basically that I'm not one of the ones, one of the creators that played, on all the play tests. I didn't play on the private play test that a lot of creators been talking about. Pretty much, I never even played in the, open play test, when they had for everybody, but because someone want to leak something, well, they have the test a lot more private now. So it's really just like, Splitgate content creators mostly. Yeah, mostly. So pretty much that's all I gotta say for that front. Now, before I talk a little bit about this trailer, I do want to say that at the end it does say that the gameplay reveal will be on June 7th, and that will be on a Sunday, I believe. Yeah, June 7th on a Sunday. I'm not sure if they're going. I heard the Xbox Game Showcase is on the same day, so I don't know if they're planning to really release, the gameplay trailer, within the Xbox Game Showcase, because it's all digital. It's not like, Summer Games Fest where like you can physically just go there if you want to. Like it's both, You can either show your game or you can physically go there and talk about your game. So, the Xbox Game Showcase is usually digital only, or they're just gonna, do it by themselves. I feel like they're probably gonna do it by themselves. They're just gonna release it on their YouTube channel. So, yep. Otherwise, here we go. So what we know about this game so far is that the game is very and heavily inspired, well, the art style at least, by Mirror's Edge. Now, I don't know if you guys, but I'm gonna tell you guys right now, you guys should check it out. At least, once you get through with this video, like at least just check it out. You will see what everyone's talking about, why people is calling this Mirror's Edge Titanfall. It's kind of funny. Like I've been seeing the reception of the game and stuff. So pretty much, the game has like multiple different paints, as you can see, and each paint system, each paint, excuse me, will basically have a lot of different things, like a lot of different abilities within the paints themselves, which grants you extra momentum speed, or maybe I heard there's one where you can slide longer, but I don't know. So someone quote me on that. Now, of course, the game will have grappling hooks, which you all already know about that. You've been hearing a lot of times this game has grappling hooks. Pretty much, like if you play as the whatchamacallit, I forgot what that class is called in Titanfall 2, but you can pretty much grapple. It's gonna be universal to everybody. I'm pretty sure there's not gonna be like a specific class to it. So pretty much everyone's gonna have a grappling hook, thank the Lord. And also there's going to be wall running. Apparently you can wall run backwards, which I've never heard of. I never heard of that before. That's gonna be interesting. And that's pretty much it. I mean, it's not really much to talk about with the cinematic trailer. It's not really much showing. Like, it just shows like a few camera angles onto the mech, and I mean, that's it. So I looked at JB's recent video, and what I can gather about, I know a lot of people have been asking about the mechs and stuff. There's a lot of people, and I kind of hope they kind of nail this, especially for the casuals that like mech gameplay, and at least it'll be a lot more players. And JB said that so far in their latest build, they have it to where, if I can requote them at the correct way possible, I've heard from JB that they said instead of the mechs is going to be like I think they said it was at the I don't know if they said it was at the middle of the map or just like in a certain point of the map, but they changed it to where the mechs will now spawn at your base and the enemy's base. So it'll be one mech, and it's not going to be like at the start of the game. It will be like, as the game progresses, that's when the mechs are going to be spawned. Well, that's when like both of the mechs will be spawned on each, well, not both, but one mech per, base will be spawned, and they said it's a lot better. I guess so casuals can like know that there will always be a mech spawning on their base. So instead of having to go fight for it, it will already be at your base and you already have like a easy access to it, pretty much. So that's for the mech gameplay. That's what we heard so far. And yep, like I said, it's not really much. Like I said, I didn't play this game early, so unfortunately, I can't tell you too much about it. But what I can is from people that I've heard from, so on and so forth. And yeah, let's talk about the stuff that a lot of people may have not known about Impulse. Now, if you haven't heard about this, then you don't have to watch this segment, but this is for the people who don't know. So far, we know that Impulse is a 6v6 movement shooter. It's going to be cost less than $30. So, like I said in my last Impulse video, the game is most likely going to be a premium live service title. It's still going to be updated over time, but instead of being free to play, you have to pay to get in. Kind of like, like I said, Marathon, Arc Raiders, Battlefield 6, Helldivers 2 type, model where it's still a live service, but you have to pay to get in. And yep, that is all I got for you guys. Now, I do have a few concerns about this game. I have concerns, and one big question is how are they going to reel in the people who have lost faith after Splitgate? Like we've seen how Splitgate's story, unfolds. It's not been rainbow and sunshines, I'll tell you that. It's been tough out here, man. And that's the only concern I have. That's it. Really, besides the, gameplay, the core gameplay, arguments between casuals and experienced players. I think those two are the only concerns I have with this game. Like, how will you, and oh yeah, another thing too is something to do with Splitgate as well. How do we know that you're not abandoning the Splitgate Arena Reloaded? Like how do people, have trust that, they can spend money on this new project and hopefully this project won't get canned for another project that like okay, 1047, how will you guys approach that? That's what I'm asking, right? Like track record, regardless if they're, informed or not about your track record, or they have just, listened to a lot of inaccuracies about and stuff like that. I'm just wondering how will you guys do that? But otherwise, I hope this game succeeds, of course. I really do want this game to succeed, especially for Splitgate's sake, man. Like, I won't lie to you guys. Like, I know there's gonna be a lot of people that will play this game over Splitgate. I know. You'd be like, wait, Monix, when you said that, you kind of sound a little salty there. Yes, I told you guys, I went through the 5 stages of grief, man. Like, I really wanted Arena Reloaded to evolve, man. I really do, and I hope it still do. But a lot of people is gonna be cautiously optimistic because they don't want to get abandoned, like like Splitgate 1, and hopefully, and I'm praying not Arena Reloaded eventually. But yep, that's just all what I hope for. I'm gonna leave it in a positive note. This game is probably gonna be fun, right? The gameplay, the gunplay, the movement, it's gonna be good. Like they are improved it in Arena Reloaded, slash Splitgate 2. They are improved. That they can do the core gameplay really well. So I'm not worried about that. I'm just worried about the stuff outside of the game, really, mostly. But otherwise, hope you guys enjoyed this video. Leave a like and subscribe if you're new to the channel, and I'll see you guys later. I gotta go. I gotta flow. Whoa.